Hi guys, I wanted to come on live with my first 7 wonders of farm life. For 7 days, I'm going to post a wonder that I've learned since moving to this property, which is my husband's family farmland. And I see that my internet is in and out. I hope you can get my first one. I wanted it to be live because I know there are going to be questions. So, hopefully I'm on and hopefully I have internet. So let's get started. Yep, I hope I have internet. This is the first one. And like I said, every day I'm going to do one until I have 7 of mine. 7 wonders of farm life. You see, I'm a southern city girl living in this rural community, learning so many things. That's our property in the back behind me, and that is the tip of my little business shed that I'm still working on. You see this? That's my father-in-law. That's a picture of him right there. I wrote it out, but some of it I'll just wing it and tell you about it. I'm going to put my fan down because you never go on the porch without a fan. I better not say that because that may be one of my wonders. I'm a southern city girl, and learning how to live in a rural community is a bit tough to get accustomed to. Let me tell you about my day with my father-in-law, and maybe you'll understand. His name was David, but his nickname was Dimp. He was small in stature, loving, and always treated me kindly. I loved him and miss him. When I met him, he wanted to share the farm life with me because he knew that I didn't have a clue about any of it. He decided to get to know me and spend a day with me. A little bit so he could just kind of take me on a tour of the farm. From the 1-lane road, it looked rather small, but walking around, it was larger than I thought. He called me Lennon. Come on, Lennon. You come with me. I jumped for the chance and said, yes, sir. We walked from the front porch to the backyard. At that time, that house right there to my right was Dimp's house. So we walked from the street all the way going back to what you see behind me, woods, a wooded area. He said, do you see that? While pointing to what I thought was a very large horse. I said, yes, I do. He said, it is probably the biggest mule you'll ever see. I asked him why, and he said because he lived on farms all of his life. It was the biggest one he had ever seen. As we walked beside the barn, and the area fenced in with the mule, I really saw just how big he was. I looked up at him. He was big. What a wonder. Then we walked quite a distance down a dirt lane to another barn area. I had no idea it was there because there was trees on both sides of the long trail. The trail went back that way. I saw a fence and Demp stopped walking. I stopped close to him because I was a bit afraid. I was right on his heels, guys. I heard him say, "Look." I looked over the fence and I saw 6 little pigs running around in some black, muddy dirt. I, in excitement, said loudly, "Yes, little pigs." Dem said, "Yep." You see, I had never seen live pigs before. So I told him. He said, "Well, there they are. Look at them." And he laughed. "Okay, come on." We started walking again and got back on that dirt trail. I have no idea which way we went. We were still going that way, but where, I don't know. I just followed them. Then we stopped again. Looking down most of the time. When we stopped, I looked up and on my right was another fence. The fences were unpainted. On the other side of the fence, I saw a huge, what I thought was a pig. A huge one. Demp asked if I knew what it was. I said, "Yes, it is a pig." He said, "Yes." I told him, "It is really big." He said, "It's a hug." I didn't understand, so I asked him to repeat what he was saying. He said, "It's a hug." He said, "It's a hug." I stood there for a while, and it came to me what he was saying. I had heard that phrase before, that word before. Hog. I looked at him, I said, "It's a hog." "Yeah." He looked at me and we laughed. You see, we had had a meeting of the minds. We looked at one another, and you see, my Southern and his Southern diction had found common ground. It still happens to me now, here. Demp walked around to the other side and another one came out. Huge, huge. I didn't move. They were huge. Demp filled the big barrel-like thing with water. One of the hogs came over and started drinking. I kept looking. Mud was on his little legs and hips. His legs were small in comparison to his body. And they were short. to me in comparison to his body. So I decided to start some conversation. Talk with my father-in-law, get to know him. So I said, they are huge. They are huge. He smiled and he said, yeah, hugs are big. I said, I see. He said, you have male and you have female hugs. I said, oh, yep. Look at this one. So the one closest to me was the one he was referring to. He said, do you see the balls? That's mountain oysters. He was pointing. I was thinking about what he said as I bent down to see under the pieces of wood that the fence were made from. I was looking through the fence. He said, wait. Then the hog turned around and his back end was facing me. He pointed. Look, can you see them now? I see them, Dad. Okay. Now, he's a male. Oh, okay. I see. Dad, what do you do with the little ones? He looked at me with a wondering frown and said, I feed them. I said, why? He looked at me again. Why feed them? Yes. The hogs are used for meat. But why do you have the little pigs? He looked at me. I said, why do you keep them just to feed them? Isn't that a wasteful expense? You see, they owned the farm and lived from a farm. They sold the corn and the things they grew and the meat and things that they had. They ate. They lived off of the farm. And I said, isn't that a wasteful expense? Dan looked at me. He was smoking a cigarette. He took the cigarette out of his mouth and said, the little ones grow up to be the big ones. It was like a light went off. I said, what? I looked at him. I looked at the hogs. I looked at him. I looked down at I said, the little ones grow up to become hogs? Yes. They are the babies. What? What? You see, I only saw little pigs in coloring books. And, they were cute and you colored them pink. I thought they were like a pony and a horse. I thought they stayed small. They were cute, pink pigs. I had no idea they were the babies. I didn't know they were the babies of the hogs. I really didn't. It was one of those amazing things. It was one of those things that was one of the most amazing things I've ever learned. And it was one of those 7 wonders of farm life. Have a blessed day, guys.